Hello there and welcome to this beautifully sunny afternoon, and we're now moving on to episode 9 of my Artiness Life Journey. And big happenings, because up to now I've been at Blackpool and Fylde doing my foundation course in art. I then went on to the big degree, the footsteps there, to what was Manchester Polytechnic. It's all now part of the university, but it was Manchester Polytechnic. Polytechnic tended to be for more practical subjects than maths and stuff like that. That was university stuff. So I did the practical stuff. And I went to Manchester Polytechnic and I studied on the 3-dimensional design degree course. So I spent 3 years making stuff. Fantastic. I had to do a bit of writing, a bit boring stuff, but Fridays tended to be the boring days where we had to go to lectures and stuff like that and do things to make it a proper degree. You had to do a little bit of writing rather than doing practical stuff all the time. So basically we went to the pub on Thursday night and we were very hungover on a Friday, but hey ho, that's how it goes. So yeah, now on this course, 3-dimensional design, I studied 3 different disciplines, I suppose you call it: woodwork, metalwork, which was silversmithing, and ceramics, so making pots, etc. And the way it worked was, in the first year you did all 3, in the second year you went down to 2, in the third year you did a bit of one, but the majority of the other. So to start off with, we'll do the one that I got rid of after the first year, and that was woodwork. Okay, woodwork was the one I was least keen on. I enjoyed it, but least keen on. So I've got 3 things to show you that I did in that. We basically spent a term in each discipline: woodwork, ceramics, metalwork. The first thing that I was asked to make in woodwork was this. We were asked to make a wooden cabinet, and we were given a block of wood which measured about a metre long and about 15 centimetres square. Just given a chunk of wood and said, right, off you go, make a cabinet. So basically what we had to do was we had to slice up the block into useful strips that we could stick together and produce the cabinet. I produced quite a traditional thing. What I've done is I've done a very quick sketch there. Can you see that? That probably makes it more understandable. You can see it in 3D on that one there, where it comes out the side there with the doors on. So we had to slice it up, and this is what I came up with. Shelves inside, doors that opened, ah-di-da-di-da. And it was quite a technical thing. My tutor hated it. I remember we have a review at the end of making each thing, and he didn't like it at all. Said it was boring, la-di-da-di-da. We then had a meeting. We have a proper meeting at the end of doing the whole session with the head of the course and my tutor. Head of the course loved it. He said, well, fantastic, traditional shapes, good proportion, la-di-da-di-da. My tutor sat there just nodding away next to him. So anyway, got it done. The other things I made: clock. You know what, I've literally found one of the hands for it. That should go on there. I need the other one really for it to function properly, don't I, really? But this was basically, let's just see again, made out of strips of wood. You've got the clock thing in the back there, put together, and a bit of inlay. Oops, yeah, there we go. Bit of inlay around the edges and inserted in there to make a very simple geometric clock. Quite like that. Quite pleased with that, actually. Nice and simple, nice and sharp. Yeah. And finally, a bit of carving. and I made this bowl. This was based on a scarab beetle, the shapes from a scarab beetle that are in there. But what I decided to do was to cut, again, we were just given a block of wood and we had to make a dish of some sort, and so this was a lot of carving and a lot of filing around the outside and stuff like that. I also made a black one. I think it was ebony. I got a piece of ebony, made a black one. But what I then did was I filed around the outside and put in some brightly coloured filler and then smoothed over it. So you got this black wood with these blue lines going all the way around it. I've not got that because, you know what, my lecturer really liked it and he kept it. Bugger. Anyway, there we go. But yeah, I quite enjoyed. It's a tactile thing. This I like things that you can feel like that, and it's, you know, it's really nice. So that was my woodworking part at Manchester Polytechnic, and like I say, I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the metalwork and the ceramics. And I'll talk more about them in the next episode. So there we go for today. Metalwork next. There we are.